What is up, Nerf Nation? It's your boy Normatico, and I am here with a holiday greeting for everybody. No, I am not doing a holiday giveaway this year. Unfortunately, I did not reach the metrics that I wanted to in order to do so. However, I am actually here to promote something over the holidays, and if you have followed me, you know that I am all about philanthropy in the hobby. Of those things, 2024, it saw me donating approximately $2,200 retail worth of blasters to charitable donations, or say causes, primarily around children who were underprivileged in society, children who did not have parents that were readily available to purchase blasters for them, as well as adults that were developmentally disabled and needed something to enjoy themselves with. So of those things, I figured I would actually reach out to you, my viewers, to let you know about an opportunity where you can actually help to give back to the community that we all love. The product that I'm going to be reviewing today is something that it is $16.99 on Etsy right now. However, know that every single last penny that you pay for this product is actually going to go towards a charitable cause. That is to help out the hobby community, the Nerf clubs of Pennsylvania. Of those things, FrantzFoamWorks, they actually sent out 4 of these to different reviewers. These are their Saber Scars. Now, this is the final version of the Saber Scar, version 2.5, I believe is what it is. And it does promote a couple of things. We're going to test that out to see if it is worth you paying $16.99 for. In my opinion, it always is, because not only are you going to be supporting a small business, but you are also supporting the hobby, and that is important. We need to support one another if we want our hobby to grow. If you are looking for something to purchase for somebody for the holiday season who is a nerfer that is about performance, this is it right here, folks. A nice little Scar barrel. Now, let me tell you, $16.99, you might balk and say, oh, well, Dart Zone, you know, they sell 2 for $19.99 and you get a B car. That's great. Dart Zone is a large corporation, Primetime Toys, you're going to line their pockets. Who do they donate to? I don't really know. What I can tell you, though, is that this is going from FrantzFoamWorks directly into the hobby itself. Now, Dart Zone does obviously have some philanthropy, as does Hasbro. However, I can tell you from actually trying to reach out to them and get them to work with me in regards to doing some collaboration work, it's very difficult to get them to actually give anything unless you are a major player. So that being said, let's talk about this Scar barrel. Now, FrantzFoamWorks does claim that this can get you an FPS boost of 5 to 10 FPS, which is interesting to me because generally when you actually use a Scar barrel, your FPS drops. We're going to test those claims out. I'm going to be actually connecting this to my Cynthia over here, and I'm going to be running it with 3 different sets of numbers. We're going to be doing without a Scar barrel, we're going to use the Silly Scar barrel, and then we're going to use the Saber Scar barrel. Now, I will tell you that the Spigot Scar by Silly Butts, that does allow you to fire Mega XL, which in my opinion is always cool, especially if you're playing in a game where someone's going to be using shields. But when you want accuracy, we're going to see what the difference is between these two. Unfortunately, I can't do a distance test. It is very cold outside right now. There is snow on the ground, and it is not exactly the safest environment for me to be walking around doing dart recovery because it's very icy out there. When it comes to distance shooting, unfortunately, because of that, we're not going to be able to test to see the distance accuracy, but Scar barrels generally are accurate. So let's talk about this barrel itself. Now, connecting it is pretty simple. You have this adapter that you actually just slip onto any 16mm barrel, and you just twist and untwist as so to tighten it. So let me just go ahead and actually turn around here, block your view for a second while I load onto the Cynthia. Now, you'll notice one thing. You're going to want to actually make sure that this is all the way back in here. That loosens up this entryway for the barrel to fit inside. You're going to push that in until it cannot go any further, and then you're going to twist this cap to tighten. Now, that is not tightened. It is not going anywhere. Then you take the actual end piece, you slip it in, there's a little groove there, you twist, and that is locked into place. That is that. I'm digging this. the aesthetic, it's really cool. The black with the orange, it actually signifies that, hey, this is in fact a toy and not a real pew-pew, which is important in the hobby, especially when you're dealing with blasters that are Miltech or Milsim. You want that orange tip. Please use a bright colored tip when you are out in public. The last thing you want is a bad day. Trust me. Now, with the Cynthia, the color scheme that I have on it, anyone who confuses it with a real weapon, I would tell them to get their eyes checked, but I digress. I am not the police. Now, let's go and actually run these numbers through the chronograph and see how it performs, see if it does give that 5 to 10 FPF boost, and we'll be back with our final thoughts regarding that scar barrel. No scar barrel. Okay, so here are my final thoughts regarding the Saber Scar. I am digging it. I like it. It does promote anywhere between 5 to 10 FPS increase, and as you can see, we got an increase from just the regular barrel with using the Scar. Now, I will tell you that the Spigot Scar compared to that Scar, not as much of an increase, but if you don't have a Scar barrel and you want to see an increase, there you go. That's the one. Now, what I was not able to show because of the fact that I wasn't able to do long distance firing testing, unfortunately, it is a very windy day out and I want to get this review out here as quickly as possible. Not to mention with the snow that's on the ground, it's going to be really hard to do dart recovery, is the accuracy with this Scar barrel. Grouping wise, and it was not really fair for me to show you at a short distance, but grouping wise, I was within 3 inches of each shot from 30 feet away. So with a further distance, obviously, it's probably not going to be as tight. Maybe, I am not sure. I wish I could actually show you this. However, from what I've heard from other people, you get really tight groupings with this Scar barrel. Now, the reason that I didn't show you the actual, I guess, close range groupings is because of the fact that with this blaster, I am very accurate with it at close range anyways, so it would be an unfair assessment necessarily. It would not be the fairest judgment, and I don't want to steer you the wrong way. However, did I notice a tighter grouping than what I normally get? Yes. Yes, I did. The FPS increase, it is there. Now, one of the things that I will tell you, and I really like about this Scar barrel, is the way that it attaches. The fact that you can actually do a quick swap out like that. And they do make other barrels for other ammo types. So that is really cool. I like that. I dig that. I like the modularity of it. Unfortunately, at this point in time, they don't have anything for Mega XL because it's not really made for HBZ. However, that being said, there's nothing stopping anybody from actually designing that. Now, here is what I want to note. Because of the way that the Scar barrel was designed, and it was specifically designed with a certain blaster type in mind, it will function up to 300 FPS. Now, I tested it at the 250 range. As you can see, this is a 250 cap blaster. However, the prime number range for it is anywhere between 180 to 300. So you have that much of a range gap that you can use the Scar barrel for, which if we're being honest here, not a lot of games actually have a 300 and above cap. There are a few out there, but if you have a over 300 blaster, this is not going to be the SCAR for you. However, if you're in the 180 to 250 range, this is it. This right here. It is designed for your blaster. It is also designed to take, in fact, the actual barrel size. So the actual SCAR barrel, unlike other SCARs where you get a drop in FPS, this one helps to get an increased FPS because it is actually measured to the actual plunger volume. So for your blaster, that SCAR should work. Regarding the science behind that, I'm not the one in regards to who to talk to about that. That is just the way it's been explained to me by the designer who worked on the SCAR barrel. If you wish to purchase one of these, I humbly recommend you do so. Again, $16.99, and the proceeds go to help out other Nerf groups in Pennsylvania. This is not a for-profit thing for the actual creator, which is FrantzFoamWorks. I highly recommend that for you. If you have somebody on your shopping list this holiday season who needs a SCAR barrel, go ahead and pick that up. $16.99, that is fantastic. Plus, the money does go to help out the hobby itself, which is always a good thing in my book. If you want to go and actually purchase one, go ahead and click on the link in the About section of this video, and it'll take you to the Etsy page for FrantzFoamWorks. And I want to thank you all for watching Secondhand Blasters. Until next time, keep on blasting.